Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with a breaking news alert. Fargo police are searching the area for a high-risk sex offender who hasn't recently checked in with police. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jordan Schreier. Authorities are looking for this guy right here, 44-year-old Timothy Alpin. He's convicted of third-degree sexual assault for molesting a 5-year-old boy in a church basement in 1991. He's also convicted of raping a teenage girl multiple times while recruiting members for a gang. A warrant is now out for his arrest. If you see him, do not approach him and call 911. New at noon, authorities in Minnesota arrested 2 men on several drug charges and took meth and marijuana from their home in Fertile. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says authorities found 23 grams of meth, 3.4 grams of marijuana, and nearly $1,500 in cash. 31-year-old Matthew Bierman and 27-year-old Brandon Abule are now in custody. The two face several drug charges, including an aggravated controlled substance crime charge. Taking that live look outside right now, it looks pretty nice, and it actually feels better than we were this morning, but still pretty chilly. To see just when we can expect to climb out of this deep freeze, let's head on over to Storm Team meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Jordan. Good afternoon, everybody. It won't be much longer. We had another frigid start out there for the day today with most of us with low temperatures between 15 and 25 below zero. The worst of it out toward the Park Rapids area, out toward Bemidji, Mahnomen, Foston, as most of the areas out in that direction were lower than 20 below zero today. But temperatures have rebounded pretty nicely up and down the Red River Valley, upper single digits as you make your way outside the valley, already into the teens, and some 30s on the map out toward Bismarck and into the Minot area. Unfortunately, winds from the south around 10 to 25 miles per hour, making it feel a little colder. Wind chill values across the region still well below zero, most of us in the 5 to 15 below zero range, but that is going to change as that south-southerly wind pumps in the warm air. We have plenty of sunshine across the region today. That's going to be the story through the rest of the afternoon, with high temperatures getting into the lower 20s, and much warmer air is on the way as we finish out this work week and go through the weekend. We'll tell you how warm we're going to get and when our next chance of some precipitation is. That's coming up a little later on the newscast.
And looking forward to the heat. Thank you, Justin. Authorities have now identified the man who died in a pickup versus semi crash in Otter Tail County. The State Patrol says the victim is 30-year-old Jacob Gappa of Parker's Prairie. It happened along Highway 210 in Underwood around 5 o'clock yesterday evening when he crossed the center line and hit a semi. The driver of the semi was not seriously hurt. Investigators are looking for the cause of a house fire near Bemidji, Minnesota. The Bemidji Fire Department says it was called in early this morning for reports of a basement fire. The fire caused moderate damage to the home, but luckily no one was injured. Officials believe it was accidental. North Dakota regulators have unanimously approved expanded capacity for the Dakota Access Pipeline. Energy Transfer, the company who owns that pipeline, says the expansion is needed to meet growing demand for oil shipments from North Dakota. Opponents say the expansion would increase the possibility of an oil spill. Permits for pumping stations in Iowa and Illinois are still pending. We have breaking national news for you right now. Roger Stone, the former associate for President Donald Trump, has been sentenced to prison for 3 years and 4 months. He is charged and convicted for obstructing a congressional investigation into the 2016 election. However, Stone won't head to prison right away because his defense has challenged the conviction and is asking for a new trial. Today, many are still talking about the heated exchanges from the 9th Democratic debate last night. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has been rising in the polls, but in his first appearance on the debate stage, the billionaire took the brunt of attacks. Kristen Welker reports.
In Las Vegas, the gloves coming off quickly. The candidates piling on newcomer, former Mayor Michael Bloomberg, Senator Elizabeth Warren leading the charge.
Democrats take a huge risk if we just substitute one arrogant billionaire for another.
Warren also slamming Bloomberg for his alleged history of sexist remarks in the workplace.
A billionaire who calls women fat broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
Bloomberg trying to downplay the matter.
None of them accuse me of doing anything other than maybe they didn't like the joke I told.
Warren calling on Bloomberg to be more transparent.
So, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to release all of those women from those non-disclosure agreements so we can hear their side of the story?
There's agreements between two parties that wanted to keep it quiet, and that's up to them. They signed those agreements, and we'll live with it.
Also under a microscope, Bloomberg's support of a controversial policing policy when he was mayor, which he has apologized for.
When I discovered that we were doing too many stop and frisks, we cut 95% of it out.
Former Vice President Joe Biden challenging that defense.
The reason the stop and frisk changed is because Barack Obama sent moderators to see what was going on. The policy was abhorrent, and it was, in fact, a violation of every right people have.
Bloomberg, who has spent more than $350 million of his own money on political ads, fending off repeated attacks on his vast fortune. But when pressed on releasing his tax returns,
the number of pages will probably be in the thousands of pages. I can't go to TurboTax.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking at my husband in the front row that has to do our taxes all the time. We probably could go to TurboTax.
Bloomberg also mocking Sanders, a self-described Democratic socialist.
What a wonderful country we have. The best-known socialist in the country happens to be a millionaire with 3 houses. What I miss here?
Sanders, the national frontrunner, was the night's other big target, with Mayor Pete Buttigieg taking sharp aim at both men.
We shouldn't have to choose between one candidate who wants to burn this party down and another candidate who wants to buy this party out.
Buttigieg also questioning Senator Amy Klobuchar's foreign policy knowledge after she admitted she forgot the name of Mexico's president earlier this week.
And we're not able to speak to literally the first thing about the politics of the country to ourselves.
Are you trying to say that I'm dumb, or are you mocking me here, Pete?
The next debate will be held on February 25th in Charleston, South Carolina. Rising country artist Luke Combs announced this morning that he is bringing his tour to Grand Forks this fall. The beautiful crazy singer will play at the Alaris Center on Friday, October 2nd at 7 in the evening. Tickets, they'll go on sale on Friday, February 28th.